doing out there? Happy, what is it, Thursday? Happy Thursday to everybody. Let's see. Let's get things all started up here. There we go. Hey, good morning out there in the room. Hey, Coach Milton, Alan, William, Roger. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Neil, good morning. How's everybody? Let's get this out of my face a little bit. There we go. Everyone log in here. Hey, Bob. Boy, we survived the Fed, didn't we? Good morning, Carmen. Good morning. Yeah, we survived the Fed. All right. Let's start over here. Hey, Rod. Rod's over there in our Discord account. Here, let's do this. We can see pre-market here. The VIX is just not, it's not fired up at all. It's not going anywhere. So that's really good. No fear in the market here. T21 23 closed pretty well yesterday. So, I mean, the Feds did us good. You know, I don't think the Feds didn't hurt the market at all. In fact, it helped the market. So I think we're looking pretty good here. You know, it's sometimes I sit and I wonder, what can I do to, you know, be different or something? And let's see, there we go. It's kind of hard to. I can't, you know, find indicators. I've looked for them. I've looked for things to, you know, some trick, something on the chart to say, hey, we're here and we're going to stay there and this is that. And, you know, I can't find it. I keep coming back to the same old thing. Price, T-line, trend indicator. I love that. You know, we're in trend. We're above the 50 period moving average. I think that's a plus. When I do have a lot of my scans, the way they're written is I want my trend indicator, the green dots, to be above itself. I think I usually use 20 or 25 days ago. I like that. So if we were just to do this right here, you can see this, take this last dot over here. We're higher than its moving averages. In other words, if you look at price, one could look at price and say, well, geez, we need to, you know, we need to break out and all that. And absolutely we do. For me, I tend to follow the moving averages a little more. That's a little more stability there. And price just kind of goes everywhere. I'm not trying to take away from price at all, please. I'm not at all. Price is important. In fact, I think price is king and I think trend is king. So, oh, Sharon, thank you very much. Thank you for listening in there. I appreciate it. You know, it was kind of odd because I couldn't see anything. So if somebody was asking questions or something, I couldn't see that, but it worked out, didn't it? So thank you so much for letting me know. Appreciate it. So anyway, when I see the moving average moving over itself, that means more to me than price moving over itself, because price goes up and down, up and down, up and down, where the trend indicator stays. And just like I use the T-line same way, but mostly trend indicator here, it's strong, you know, it stays stable. Take a look at IWM. Talk about smoking hot right there, man. We have cleared the moving average here. Now price can do what price does. If we look at the diamonds, we're actually over that as well, I think. Yeah, see there, we're taking it out, and price is the, you know, price is the one that gets it, but it's the moving average that keeps it stable. That's kind of the way I look at it anyway. Q's here, not quite there. Not quite. We're right at that edge. So we're right at that edge. So now if price could pop up a little bit, and price doesn't have to take this high out, not yet. But if we lift up a little bit, then that's going to lift that moving average up and then take us out here. And to me, that's, you know, we're we're grinding higher is what it is, grinding higher. So anyway, bulls are killing it. Bulls are doing a great job, I think, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. AVGO has earnings tonight. AVGO, all right, there we go. AV Broadcom has earnings tonight. That's probably the biggie right there, and so maybe all eyes on that. But I don't know that that would take the market down if it didn't perform very well here. All right, let's take a look. I've got a list of stocks that are just notables, I guess. Some ETFs in there, and some names. So we'll just kind of take a look at those. Transports rocking. You can see look at that trend on the transports. We've cleared everything here. Yeah, right there. Look at that. We're higher. We're higher now. Just put on that dot. We're higher now than all the trend, all the way back. So transports, way to go. Apple is acting pretty good here. In fact, maybe Apple is back in buy territory here. We've rallied up. Actually, it just might be. So here we've rallied up. Let's fix that. There we go. We rallied up. We've pulled back. We've put a little bottom in here. We're over the T line. That's something I'm going to like right there. So Apple could be a buy in there. And if we're looking for a target, this will be a good one to do this with right here. Any one of those is the low. There we go. So there's some targets up there. That's the 50% or back to the highs. And then you've got 1, 2, 3 I would look at up there. So Apple could be looking good. Let's take a look at Meta. I don't particularly think Meta is ready to be bought yet. If Meta was to do something like this, okay, I could get that. Show me some buyers in there. That's what I'm going to need to see. I am shopping for Meta, so I am keeping an eye on that. In fact, maybe we should, let me just put an alert in there, because it could come up pretty quick. And it's actually METU that I'm going to buy right here. And I'm going to actually lower that one to right here as well. There we go. So METU starts to cross up. That's where I'll look to purchase that. Take a look at Google. Google is acting great. Google's trending. Google looks terrific. Very nice on Google here. So that could be moving up. Tesla. Keep an eye on Tesla. It's holding up better than I expected after its downgrade. So I'm pleasantly surprised, and would love to see it start to break out of here. I think that would give us the clue to maybe start buying some Tesla. TSLL for those that buy the inverse ETF. I'm sorry, not the inverse. The single stock ETF here. We're sitting right on that 50% area right there. So a little bit of a pop. I think that's what I have this line right here for, to alert me. We get through that about 1990, then that would be a buy here. Hey, Carlos, I don't know. It wasn't my presentation. I was just a speaker at it. Cyber Trader University, CTU, I think. Cyber Trade University. They may have the recording. I don't. Let's see here. Where else am I? Let's take a look at mags. Mags, here we're low. We have a high. We're just pulling back, waiting for mags to find an anchor down here and to move up. And then that would be very helpful for the market to get those mags back up there. The Magnificent Seven, get them going. They've been kind of lagging. Some of them have been kind of lagging. But right now we've got what I think is a pretty nice chart setup as far as winding itself up. So Here we're winding up. We just need to launch is all we need. But the wind is there, so keep an eye on that. NVIDIA, I do not think NVIDIA is a buy. All right, I've been looking at this all morning long. I looked at it last night. I went to bed thinking about NVIDIA, and I went to bed thinking that's not so hot. And then I woke up this morning just to recheck, and I do not think NVIDIA is a buy here. I think a wise trader would wait till NVIDIA starts to break. Um, I know there may be a lot of, bottom picking going on. Everybody wants NVIDIA. Um, but if NVIDIA is going to go higher, it's going to go higher. And trying to cut into NVIDIA and at its lows, I think is a mistake right now. I think NVIDIA needs to be pretty much, maybe even above 190. And I know for some folks, you're just thinking, holy crap, no way, I'm going to get nothing earlier. Well, I hope it works out for you. And it may cause you some grief, some choppiness in here. It may do that, and it certainly might pop up. But for me, I think NVIDIA needs to be above about that 190, somewhere in that area, and then maybe we have something on NVIDIA. XLF is acting really, really good here. XLF is doing very well. XLK is doing very well. Here we're up. Now we're winding up, waiting for that snap back to the upside. Amazon, now I'm holding AMZU, and after a little bit of, now that I have it, the excitement is over. I think I'm going to just get rid of all that for a second. In hindsight, honestly, I probably should have waited to buy it till Amazon pulled up over 235. Okay. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking right here. So just for those looking at Amazon, just keep that in mind. We could be chopping around in here. And for those of us that have already tested the waters and we're swimming with the sharks, let's see if we get eaten before you jump in. If we're still swimming around and we're above 235 here, well, come on in. The water's good. So think of it as some of us have taken one for the team, and we'll whistle if we're okay. Microsoft, I wouldn't touch Microsoft with a 10-foot pole till it showed some bullishness. Bottom picking is not the answer. And, when I look at a stock like Microsoft, this is a champion stock. What that means to me is, can it get all the way back up to these highs and higher? Absolutely. 100% it can. And it has the muscle to do it once it starts moving. And so, trying to pick the bottom on stocks like this, I don't get that point. These are champion stocks are not only tradable stocks, but they're also stocks that you want to invest in. So, once they get to cooking, that's when we want to look at them, not necessarily bottom picking. Again, that is just my personal opinion. Okay. But I can tell you right now, there's nothing about this that says it's buyable at this point. Nothing at all. RSP, I think, is doing fantastic. And this is a good one to have, to say, okay, the market is working, and it is working here. You can see that our moving average, our current edge of the moving average is over everything else. Looking good here on that. SMH is looking great. I mean, we're up here at these highs, but the overall trend is working. You can see that, if we do it like this right there, see that last dot, we're over all the dots over here. We're over its moving average. The base is moving up, and price is the froth in there. And in this case, froth is not bad. It's working. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's trying, it's finding holes, it's finding little gaps to get into, finding the strength to move higher. It's doing it. In the meantime, the base is holding it up. And so I think it's doing fantastic. FNGU, not so cool, man. not so cool. So, if we go back to those mags real quick, they're kind of pulling back a little bit. They're doing a little bit better than, say, FNGU right here. So we need this to pop up and give us that snapback, show us that it's actually doing something. PLTR. Okay, I'm looking at PLTR here, and I'm really I'm still holding the single stock ETF PTIR, and this is holding very well. It looks to me like we're gonna move up to that 192.80 area. It may sit here and chop around for a little bit before it pops up there, but I like what it's doing. And once we get through, pretty much yesterday's high, we very well could get into this gap up here on this thing. So PLTR is doing well, and this could be very, very good for the market. We're at a very testing level right now, no doubt about it. Very testing, but and it may need to relax just a little bit before we make that next move. But so far, I think it's doing well. XLE, XLE is handling itself very good. We're still trending up here. Yeah, still trending up, looking pretty good. XLY is still moving up. That looks good. BITO, the Bitcoin side of things, still in consolidation. Couldn't lift off from that candle. Let's see, 3 days ago, that bullish candle couldn't lift off from that candle. So now we're back down, testing the waters down below, trying to find more buyers to see if we can lift up. IBIT, the same thing. Take a look at copper miners here, doing a great job. USO is down. Maybe it finds some buyers, but right now it's down, not a buy. ETHA, I guess in hindsight, I wish I would have closed mine yesterday. Now we're back down a little bit, but we're still okay here. We're still okay. We haven't broke down the trend yet. We're right on that edge, but it is holding up right in here. So, yeah. All righty. Thanks for listening to me. Let me listen to you for a little bit. So let me go get caught up here, see what we've got here. Hey, Sonny. Good morning, FTNT. You're looking at that on my watch list for a long. Yeah, maybe. When it surpasses 87.40, yeah, 87.40 up here. Yeah, that's what I would look at. We're going to need it to come up and break out, and then I think you might have a long there. Down here, I just don't see it. I just don't see the long there. Hey, Vern, FEZ, what do we have here? Whoops, let me back that up just a little bit. FEZ can provide some diversification, European exposure. Yeah, that's working out really well, isn't it? It just kind of keeps hopping up, just hop and hop and hop and hop, and yeah, looks good there. Thank you. H-Man, you're in some METU. Yeah, I want to buy it and I will buy it, but I think on this, I don't believe it's a buy right now for me. I'm not much of a bottom picker. I've never had good luck with it, and I just don't like shit on my fingers, so I don't pick my bottom. Simple as that. Good morning, everyone. So, if you hang in there, if you can push that up for me, like that, I'll tell you what, I'll be a buyer, guaranteed. If you could push that up. But right now, I think I'll pass on it myself. Hey, John, you're looking at some XPO. Matson, wow, look at that. Headed higher. Let's go weekly on that. Look at that thing. Moving up nice. And let's see, IYT, the transports are doing pretty good, aren't they? Nice. Very, very nice. Looking good. NVO, Mr. Goodson. Let's see, what are you looking at? Trying to set up a really nice rounded bottom breakout. What am I doing wrong here? Still needs a few days. Are you on a daily chart? Because maybe I'm on the wrong chart. That's what it is. NVO. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's not a rounded bottom breakout yet. Price and the trend indicator will have to be over 51.30 here to be a rounded bottom breakout. It is building a bottom in here. That is true. So it certainly may have something going for it. But yeah, rounded bottom breakout when all of this is above that blue line and yellow line. Pepsi. Pepsi's on the move. Yeah. Pepsi's on the move. Let's don't forget to draw some trend lines. Pepsi needs to break out here. There's the weekly. You can see it pretty good on that weekly. Yeah, we need to break out right there. And on a positive note with Pepsi, we've taken out this area here, this flat area right there on the cloud. We've done it once and failed, twice and failed. This is the third time. Is it going to fail? We'll see. I guess one difference this time, it's got a little volume behind it. But let's see if that's the time that it holds up. And if it does, then we get our breakout here. Okay. Oracle short, don't short a bullish market. CL. Yeah, Oracle, I mean, it looks short. It does. It doesn't look very good here, does it? You've got a little gap down here maybe that we could get into as well. Let's get rid of all that. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look bullish at all. So, yeah, Oracle's short at this point. Yeah. ELDN. EL. I need more coffee here. So ELDN, trying to put a bottom in here. Yeah, trying to put a bottom. I would probably think. I mean, you could buy it anywhere you want. There's no question about that. Over about 195 here. I think what it'll do. See where we gap down here. We gap down and we start putting that bottom in. If we can move over that gap area, I think that gives you a much higher probability of moving higher. Of course, if you bought it here and it moves up, you're just that much ahead. Just make sure your stop is in there real tight. Well, doesn't have to be real tight. Just, live with that stop. That's what I would think anyway. A little bit of Irene. Irene, I'm long. I will cut it loose. I think that's a good idea. I don't see any love for Irene yet. Yeah. We don't love Irene yet. No. Apple. Apple, good trap play. It is. Apple is a really good looking chart. I'm going to have to take a look at that one today. Looking good there. Hey, everybody over here on social media, YouTube, X, or Facebook. I don't know how you're logged in, but thank you very much for being here and participating with us this morning. Absolutely appreciate it. So good morning to everybody. Let's see. ANET. Ow. ANET is moving up. Let's do this with this one. Let's take this high here, come down to the low. There's our 50% retracement, just happens to match up with the 50 simple right in there. So that makes a great first target. And then over that, we've got 146 and then 152. That would be great targets as well. Nice little chart right here. Very nice little chart. And love the way it's turning green. Just watch that area for consolidation right in there. Hey, Vernon, good morning. XYZ long. XYZ long. I'm going to put a line up right there. So, I mean, anything can be bought, anywhere. Um, I think over this 64.50, low, high, um, two higher lows here. We start breaking over that, then I think it'll give some proof to the buyers that it's actually able to do something. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to move that just a tiny bit. I'm going to look 3, 4. Oh, there it was. Look at the 3-bar chart here, or 3-day chart, excuse me. And I feel I really want this line lifted up even higher. Low, high, higher low. The tradable bottom starts right there, but I got to admit, I do like the idea of buying around 64.90. But above this, whatever that level there is, 67, right in here, that would set it apart. I think do a good job. So, yeah. SNDK long, SNDK long. Absolutely. I'm looking for something to say no. Absolutely. That's a nice chart. Let's flag that. Um, Little doji, bullish engulf, Morningstar, sort of, kind of up. Nice consolidation. Beautiful. Um, 21, 22% back to those highs there. $300 stock, SNDK, rock on. Nice chart. Let's see, Rainy, RANI long, RANI long. This is, what is this? No volume, then all of a sudden we get some volume. Okay. So, we have this bullish, it's not, is it? Well, let's call it a bullish engulf. It looks like it's a shaved bottom with pretty much the previous candle. So I love this. I love the gap and I love the pullback. The fact we're at the 50, I think, is super. I really do. Um, of course, anybody can buy it anywhere you want, but above 165, what that does is that proves the bullish engulf. So we have this bullish engulf, and we have no follow through, 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 no follow through. So if we were to get a candle that gave follow through, that would give power to this candlestick. That would say, okay, the plan is working. The plan right here, that bullish engulf plan, is working. So on a breakout, I would love to see that long, and I'm gonna flag that one. Thank you. Interesting chart. Yeah, very nice. Let's see what else we have here. SMCI. Yeah, I'm long SMCI. Nope, that's not it. Good. SMCI. There we go. Yeah, I'm currently in SMCI at the moment. I wish I wasn't, but I am. So I've got to deal with it. I really don't want it to move any lower. So maybe it's ready. Maybe that means what that means in code is I'm hoping. So we've come in, we've put some highs in, we've put some lows in, we've put a high in. Is this going to be the low right here before we start putting some highs? Well, I hope so. I know that's not an indicator, but let's keep an eye on it. What I don't want it to do is fall down anymore. And I don't think we really want it to fall down pretty much past this box right here. We don't want that, because then it could, weasel itself down here back to these lows. So we need those buyers to step in there, or I don't think I want this thing. So we'll keep an eye on it. Okay. Hey, John, how would I trade? I can tell you how I would trade it. That's actually a buy myself. I like that. An inside day, that's looking pretty good here. So, we start to break out. That's a buy. anywhere in this area here is a buy inside that candle. Where I wouldn't want it would be probably right there. So this whole area, there's going to be buyers in this whole area right in here, and a breakout. Um, let's look at a 2-day chart, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day. Yeah. So if the candle was to move all the way down, there'll be buyers and sellers all through there. So yeah, I like that. Looking good. Looking good. All righty. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. Time for me to go to get this all wound up. Members, we'll meet you in the room in about a half an hour. I'll post all my positions in there just shortly, and we'll see everybody today sometime. All right. You guys all take care. See you later. Thanks a lot for being here. Appreciate it.